Well, hello, youngsters.
Hello. I had to use Zoom the other day for some troubleshooting at work, and it showed up with my camera and Shindig as my name, so that was super fun to show to the tech guy. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but, it is what it is. That guy's name, his Christian name was Bear, so I do think I get a pass. What grown-ass man calls himself Bear?
Pretty good question.
Especially since his email signature said Brandon. Come on, grow up.
I mean, to be fair, would you rather be a Brandon?
No, you're right. I'd go with Bear.
I guess I'd go with Hawk or maybe Chief or Bub or Ace or Amigo.
Literally anything else.
Yeah, maybe.
Maverick.
Oh, I like Maverick. Or even
Maverick's
Maverick.
not bad.
Yeah, Maverick's not bad. Some kind of horse-related name would be good. Pinto, maybe. Maybe Appaloosa.
Pinto's also a name. So.
Hey there, Appaloosa. How you doing? I mean, it's a lot of syllables, but I'd like it.
Ermac, let's go.
You just name yourself after a town in Florida. Apalachicola.
Yeah, or
Weehitchka.
Oskaloosa, something like that.
Palaca.
I like Opelika. Opelika, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I made my coffee the perfect drinking temperature.
So did I. I made it perfect drinking temperature. You know how I did that? I made it and then I let it cool off.
Oh, see, I put ice in mine.
Oh.
I did not have the time to let it cool off naturally.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Am I right?
That's right.
All right. All the heavy breathing. Sounds like Nicholas. A lot of heavy breathing there.
Let me just move the mic away from my face.
No. Move it into your face. When you move the mic away from your face, you get that echo. You got to get right up on that bitch.
I'll just hold my breath for extended periods of time.
Yeah.
There's nothing like a little.
First time I'll try
oxygen.
1 minute, and then next time I'll try 2 minutes, until I eventually get up to 20 minutes of holding my breath.
Promise? Oh, my gosh. That'd be great. It would be quite a record to get to 20 minutes of holding your breath.
If I did that, I would think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Right before the aneurysm that took your life.
Yeah.
But what a way to go.
Yeah. What a fantastic blaze of glory that would be. To just
cool.
hold my breath until I die in a basement.
Like a true American.
Yeah. I am a real American.
Speaking of real Americans, I was having this crazy dream about 15 minutes before I just woke up.
Yeah.
Dude, me too. You go first.
Okay. Well, it was like, have y'all seen Handmaid's Tale?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, it's like the Order of Gilead, but it's just starting. So we were all being rounded up, and I got this pistol, this little 6-shooter from somebody. Well, I knew who it was, but I got it from him because there was this one like overseer who was separating the people into the different trains that we would be boarding. And if you could kill that one guy, then I don't know, I guess I thought we would be free because, there's nothing like systematic overthrow to be stopped by one guy. Anyway, it was all about how I couldn't get the gun. Well, I got the gun loaded, right? And but the grip was really short, so it was hard to keep your finger off the trigger.
Yeah.
And so I was struggling with that. And then by the time I got myself figured out, the guy was gone, but the lines were like still being herded onto the trains. And then, so I couldn't find the guy to kill him. So I separated from my group and like infiltrated this other train because I thought that was where it was going to take me to the overseer. And then they like gave you I had my scarf on and they were like gassing the trains, but it was like a bacterial cleanse thing. I don't know, it was crazy.
Yeah. And
okay,
then,
mine was 1,000 times less scary than that.
Let's just comment on Sarah's dream, right?
Are we going to analyze it? Okay.
Yeah, well, obviously it's a classic anxiety dream. Classic. Yeah, so you're anxious about something, probably work, most likely.
Okay.
So the overseer symbolizes your boss, your desire to kill them. symbolizes your desire to be free of your restrictive work situation.
Your desire to kill them also represents your desire to kill them.
I'm going to throw it out there that it's not about work, that it's about what's going on socially in this country. I mean, come on, it's a little obvious with The Handmaid's Tale and trying to take power away from women. Come on.
That's a good point.
I don't think there's any. Actually, I really have no fucking idea. I think everyone's right in this scenario.
This has been
no one's wrong when it comes to dream interpretation.
Yeah, I had a dream that we found a baby pangolin, and it was just
pangolin.
Yeah, you know what those are?
Penguins are practically chickens.
No, not penguins. A pangolin.
Oh, what's a pangolin? Is that like a penguin with a speech impediment?
Not even close.
Or a third leg?
No, it's like it's an anteater with armor. You know what I'm talking about? Those fucking things.
Yeah, it's like an anteater and an armadillo had a baby.
Yes, that's exactly right. And we found a baby pangolin. And Dad, and I assume you as well, Elsie, were also in this dream trying to back. Someone was in the fucking car trying to back out of Sarah's driveway. And Sarah was like, directing them, go
not well, obviously.
But I was just looking at this baby pangolin on the other side of the driveway, and I was like, he doesn't look very playful. He's not moving around that much. But then I was like, do baby pangolins move around that much? I mean, they're pretty slow creatures. And that was it.
I see. So you didn't run over the pangolin. Did you have any anxiety about the pangolin, running over?
Not any anxiety about the pangolin, but some other weird, scary shit was happening before that. I was running. There's a whole bunch of nasty shit happening before that. I was trying to escape out of some sort of facility that I wasn't supposed to be in, but I was stuck in there. I have those dreams all the time. I'm running out of a building, trying to escape from somewhere.
Yeah.
Big ass doctors or something trying to not let me escape.
Yeah.
But then it morphed into pangolin time.
Such a special time, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and the day was saved.
All right, good.
So there's something in your life that you're not sure of. You're not sure if it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, and you can't decide whether you should pick it up and go with it or whether you should just let it do its thing.
Possibly.
You've had anxiety that's led you to this point of decision, and you're trying to figure it out.
Or it could have something to do with the baby kitten in the garage who's a little sickly, who I remember specifically thinking okay, well, he's still playful. He's still eating a lot, so he's okay.
Yeah. And is this kitten still there?
Yeah.
And which garage?
I took him to the vet just yesterday.
Which garage is this? Your garage or
Sarah's garage?
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't think you had a garage. I don't remember that.
I do have a garage,
I
but
see.
No, it's in Sarah's garage.
I see. And your garage is kitten free.
Yeah.
Okay.
To his knowledge.
To my knowledge, yeah.
Have you checked?
It's kitten free. I don't know about varmint free though.
What about pangolin free?
I'm pretty sure pangolins only live in Australia.
I see.
I mean, I've never heard of them.
Or maybe Southwest America. If I showed you a picture, you would know what it is.
Oh, well, you described it pretty well. I got you. I mean, I don't remember.
You know why
it
else I had that dream?
Why?
It's 'cause there was a mass shooting yesterday.
There sure
with
was.
A handgun.
Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Yep. Good point.
Yeah.
How many? It was with a handgun?
With a handgun, at least 11. I think 11 actually died.
I saw 12.
And there was another 5.
Wasn't there a mass shooting in Charlotte last week or something too?
That I don't recall.
No.
Fuck.
I don't know. Who can keep track?
Well, it doesn't matter what kind of gun it is. It's gruesome no matter what.
Who can keep track?
The shooting in Charlotte was a few weeks ago, and it was just a couple people in college.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
At the university there.
Yeah. I mean,
so question for you Omaha folk. I heard there was this horrible hailstorm that was really impressive. Foot deep. Wow. How'd your vehicles and homes make out?
It was a really narrow strip of Omaha.
When did this happen?
It happened on Wednesday or Thursday at 4:30 in the morning, because one of the guys I work with lives in the narrow strip that it happened, but he lives 6 blocks from another person who works there, and she didn't get any hail. So it was any hail. It was a very narrow band of hail, but it was a foot to 2 foot deep in places. Cars were getting high centered on hail.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
that's stupid.
I think a lot of people did not fare well, but we're fine. It happened south of us, about a half mile south of us.
And then it was over. Yeah, some people are going to get some nice new roofs.
We have had a crazy amount of tornadoes and weather and all that across the Midwest and even in Pennsylvania.
Is it really more than normal though?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Makes
Good.
sense then.
Thanks, global warming.
Well, I can't tell you why, but I was actually on Svalbard, Norway this week, which is and at the end of the day, we saw a presentation, those of us who were there, that suggested the temperature on Svalbard, which is one of the northernmost inhabited island chains in the world, has raised 10 degrees centigrade in the last 15 years. I'll say that again. 10 degrees centigrade in the last 15 years.
I read the other, maybe 4 or 5 days ago, that it was 81 degrees around the Antarctic Circle.
The Antarctic Circle down south?
Or maybe it was the Arctic. One of those poles. It was 81 degrees.
Well,
There's an article right here that says, this is not normal. U.S. suffers more than 500 tornadoes in the last 30 days.
I don't know. Seems normal.
Tuesday was the 12th day in a row when at least 8 tornadoes were spawned, and that's an all-time record.
At all time, are we really? I mean, do we have?
Are we going to bring history into this? Really?
Are we talking about tornadoes of wind? I mean, there's tornadoes of fury every day. Tornadoes of love, passion. Tornadoes of violence every day.
Since 1998, there have been an average of 279 tornadoes during the month of May, and so we've had over 500 in the last 30 days.
Wait. There's almost 300 tornadoes a month every month
during the month of May. There are
every May. I'm sorry,
May.
That's what I just fucking said.
No, you said every month. You said every month.
I said during May. I'm sorry. Immediately after that, I looked you in the face and said it.
I thought you said every day.
Went into your ears.
No,
not every day. Every May, there's almost 300 tornadoes. That's what
across the United States.
I don't believe that.
Well, let me just say this.
How do you not believe it? There's fucking weather data.
Yeah, but no, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a hoax.
That's pretty.
That's
American
just what the left-wing liberal media is spinning down your throat.
But so you see why it is that there's difficulty in addressing climate change. Some of these statistics are so shocking that it's difficult to believe what's happening. No,
unless you
go
trust
to
science.
college.
If you trust science, then you're good. Yeah.
Trust science sometimes.
Noah looked like he was
wise in the ways of science.
Noah sounded like he was bringing up some data. Noah, what are your thoughts on this weather situation?
Weather happens, man. You can't stop it. Yeah.
It definitely does happen.
Never mind the flooding we're having this year.
Oh,
yeah,
hey.
Oklahoma is ridiculous.
It's been happening for years, at least in Canada. I don't know if this is just now for you guys.
These are the worst floods in
terrible.
years.
Yeah, there's been hundreds, if not thousands, of people in Nebraska displaced from their entire towns because of how bad the flooding is. I've seen fucking entire trailer parks just completely underwater.
Entirely.
Hamburg's gone.
Well, Hamburg is gone.
Iowa.
Really?
Yeah, Hamburg's gone. The whole town.
Really? Is it wiped out? Will it never return?
Yeah, they said that they can't rebuild there.
Really?
So to me, here's the good news coming out of all the climate change issues that have happened over the last year. So between the Paradise fires in California and the hurricane in Florida and all the stuff going on, FEMA is actually starting to look at not paying people to rebuild right back in these spots that suck. So they're starting to think, hey, maybe our money would be better spent doing preventative things rather than just rebuilding homes that are going to get destroyed again.
Let me tell you where a good place to move would be. South Dakota. A lot of land there. I mean, a lot of land. Just plenty. Not a lot of floods. In parts of it. Don't get near a river. That's my advice.
Yeah. The thing about Nebraska is, it's just a giant bowl. You know what I mean? It's a basin. So once it fills, I think if some sort of giant flood happens, we'd be going underwater, even though we're landlocked.
Well, the middle of the country used to be underwater. It used to be a giant ocean 60 million years ago.
We do have a giant, and we have the big water table.
That's
the Ogallala Aquifer.
Mm-hmm.
I just like saying Ogallala. Ogallala, Ogallala, Ogallala. It sounds
you say
good.
it 3
Speaking of
times,
hurricanes.
summon a demon. You got to do it in the mirror with the lights off. Light a candle.
Yeah, we say that. Actually, we say that about a military legislative assistant I work for. If you say his name 3 times, he'll show up in your office with a question. So we try not to say his name. Hey, by the way, we never did start the show. Let's do that. Welcome to a Shinn Show. It's the special post-Memorial Day edition. Joining me on the phone is Noah McCone, my son. Hi, Noah.
Hi. Hi. Hello.
Joining me also my wife, who refused my suggestion to come on down to the sound booth and is broadcasting from our kitchen. Hi, Elsie.
Hi, and you're welcome for me making strawberry banana oatmeal, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible person for staying up here to make sure it gets done.
Really delicious. Point. Yeah, good. We're also joined by Nick in Omaha and Sarah in Omaha, my son and daughter also. Hello.
Howdy.
Yeah, I know, Nick, you hate introductions. I know you people hate introductions.
It so much. It's such a large waste of time.
Not at all. It takes 30 seconds.
40 seconds.
Well, think about this. There are people, just occasionally drop-in clients, if you will, who listen to the show. They don't know who the fuck we are.
So?
Are we getting paid for this?
What's the problem with them not knowing who the fuck we are? All they got to know is our voices and what we're saying. And they're like, hey, I don't know who those fucks are, but I like the way they talk, so I'm going to listen next time. People don't know who and where we are, but whatever. Is
there money involved in this? Client usually, implies money.
Well,
I don't care if there is money or not. It just doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Our names and locations have absolutely no bearing on the content that we generate. But whatever, man.
No, they do.
If you want to take the time to spell out who and where we are every time, that's on you, buddy.
Okay, good. Because, Nicholas, you're more than just a human being. You're a character. You're a character.
That's true. I will say your father's right.
A shooting star.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear the voice from the kitchen? The voice from the kitchen says your father's right. Now, how's 50s is that?
That's pretty 50s. I was just going to say something along those lines, but I'm glad you came to this. You had the self-awareness.
Right. Normally, I'd allow Elsie into the sound booth, but I've kept her in the kitchen.
But I have oatmeal for her to cook.
But there's Folgers for her to brew, so.
Jesus.
You've seen those old commercials, right?
I don't think Sarah has.
Oh, my God.
You showed them to me, but they are fucking crazy. Do you know what we're talking about, Sarah?
No, are they old?
All right, for anyone.
I think we need to send Sarah a link. She's got to see this. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, let me just explain this for anyone who doesn't know. That these Folgers commercials in the 50s or 60s?
Yeah.
Right? Guys who saw them? All right, but doesn't matter. Old Folger commercials were just incredibly super duper sexist. It would just be some guy chastising his wife for
Get
not
your bitch to make you coffee.
No, I was kind of like that. It was like, this coffee is terrible, hun. What did you do, piss in it? Oh, honey, I've been trying so hard. Oh, even the women down at the office make better coffee than this.
That was my favorite part. Is the women down at
That is the best right there.
I still say don't serve your awful coffee with my steak.
Hello?
Is that you playing the Noah playing them in the background?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was curious. I had to look. I'd never seen this before.
Yeah, and now you're checking it out, and what are you thinking? You're thinking, wow, the 50s were a better time.
Yeah, it was the constant threats. It was the constant threats of the women at the office that made it funny to me.
Exactly.
Right. There's a cute little boutique that has, I like the 50s aesthetic, the rockabilly look.
Yeah.
But that's all I want to take away from the 50s.
I also like when the young housewife has to ask an older housewife in the neighborhood for advice. And the older woman informs her, you best be staying in the kitchen doing your job right, or you're going to get left.
Doing that Folgers.
I know your husband.
Right. Yeah.
Drinks with mine.
Yeah, your husband likes a cup of coffee, if you know what I mean. So
he likes a cup of coffee that everybody in the office contributes to. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. That I don't get.
You know who makes terrible coffee? Apparently,
who?
Me.
Really?
What? Of grounds at the bottom of my cup.
How is that possible?
Ricky.
But it's disgusting.
Well, I don't know.
You don't do that on purpose?
No, I don't like the.
Oh, that's how I make my coffee.
Really?
Dump it in, and then the ground sink to the bottom slowly.
It's like that grit in my teeth, True grit.
Yeah.
Chewy.
It's a little texture. It's a little texture.
Texture in my coffee.
Anyway,
I like it to be grainy and sandy.
I am slowly waking up. It's delicious. This coffee that I'm drinking, that I made myself by hand.
What it's like
handcrafted.
To drink an entire
Is it
cup
Folgers,
of coffee.
though?
Does it really geek you up that much?
Yeah, well, yeah, it does. Actually,
as much as Chinese Mountain Dew, would you say?
Probably as much.
Caffeine content.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know for sure is that there's something about the way coffee makes you feel that's a little more alive, say, than even a Monster. I mean, Monster, you can feel that caffeine kicking in.
Monster tastes like a liquefied pixie stick.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think coffee makes you feel different than an energy drink, even though the main ingredient is both caffeine? You think coffee is something a little more natural for you? Maybe we have more of a symbiotic relationship with coffee than we do with Monster energy drinks?
Perhaps.
Or what?
I think it's processing. I think that that coffee is frankly just not as processed as a Monster energy drink.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. Sure does.
It could be there's like other active chemicals in there too or some. Because like, you know how if you use like the different strains of weed because it's based on how much CBD is in it and how much THC and like the ratio.
Like different
I'm saying, what if coffee's got some shit like that?
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. I would assume there's different kinds of coffee plants, sister coffee plants.
Yeah, well, I thought you were... Yeah, I thought you were talking about the fact that Monster also contains guarine and taurine and vitamin B and, you know.
Did you say chlorine?
I said...
Did you say chlorine in it?
No, I said taurine. Taurine,
but it might as well be chlorine. It tastes goddamn. Might as well be chlorine.
Yeah.
Let's just call it chlorine.
Well, we could.
A little bit of human blood, a little bit of brain matter, a little bit of feces, you know. And all those things coalesce and come together in the perfect family energy drink.
Monster. It's so good. All right. So, yeah, anyway, but coffee is better than Monster. I can attest.
I don't like Monster.
So
they both taste like garbage to me.
All right. Well, we're not going to make you drink a Monster. So we had a mass shooting this week. We've got President Trump on his way to Europe. We've got Robert Mueller evidently...
Flooding.
What's that, flooding? We got Robert Mueller saying something about the whatever, and then...
I think the big news was just that he talked. He was just like, go read the report.
I did download there was a not a PDF, an ebook version of the Mueller report. They tried to make it more readable.
Yeah.
Guess what? Still not readable.
Well, no, I mean, like, it's easier to read than a PDF.
Guess what? It's still long.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it is.
With no conclusive evidence.
I'm about 50 pages into it. It's
Why are you doing that to yourself?
It's my patriotic duty.
No, I guess. All right.
And
so, do you want to read a report that's basically 1,000% disappointment?
It's not, though.
It is.
Okay.
Nothing happened. He was like, I'm going to submit this report and we're going to impeach that bad guy. And then he submitted it.
It's not his job to impeach him. It's Congress's job to impeach him.
Well, yeah, I know. I understand that. But his report was supposed to give Congress the push to impeach him. What was the point of this report? Why don't you just tell me that?
I don't think you understand how quickly this is happening in terms of, I mean, like,
hang on. Could you just stop for a second? Hey, Noah, whatever you're fucking doing, could you please stop it? Please, or if it's Elsie, could you please stop the ruckus?
Elsie's muted.
No, it's me. It's me.
What are you doing?
He's shaving.
What am I doing? I was going to make coffee, actually.
Oh, well, I think you should make coffee. But, yeah, if you could mute yourself while you're making coffee so it doesn't sound like the house is falling down around you.
I thought you were doing this, honestly.
That's why I said shaving.
Sounded like
a PC version.
Anyway, look, the point is all I'm saying is there's a bunch of people who jumped the gun on this, who are saying, man, once Mueller submits this report, it is over. It is over.
Yeah,
and
there are.
And not only is it not over, because like you said, even if there was a bunch of incriminating shit in there, it takes time. It's a process. But there isn't. There's nothing conclusive in that report. There ain't. Well, and everybody, that's what I mean when I say they jumped the gun. Is that people were talking about like this is going to be the end of not only his presidency, but possibly his career and freedom. But no, nothing happened.
But hold on a minute. Isn't it also that if there was conclusive evidence that said he was a criminal, it doesn't matter because then you say it's like precedent for the Justice Department to never what's the word I'm looking for?
Indict.
You can't indict like a sitting president, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Well, you can.
You know, but Elizabeth Warren is outlining some legislature that would change that.
Well, the fact of the matter is that it's only the Justice Department's internal memos that constrain it from indicting a sitting president. The reason being is that, after all, everyone in the Justice Department, that's right, works for the president. And so, from that standpoint, it's a clear-cut conflict of interest under any circumstances for anyone in the Justice Department to recommend indicting their boss. Right. So there's a real systemic problem when you end up with a corrupt individual, allegedly,
as the head of your department.
As the head of the country.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so there's some issues there, really are. But to Nick's point, yeah, people were thinking that this report would torpedo the Trump presidency. Even the president thought that, actually.
Yeah.
When they named the special counsel, that is one of the things that stood out of the report for me, is when he got the word that a special counsel had been named, he said, "I'm fucked." Yes, the words of a classically innocent man. I'm fucked. But in any event, that's what's in the report. And it suggests to me, not necessarily guilt, but it does suggest that he understood that the special counsel investigation could consume tons of time and energy, which indeed it has.
Right.
Glad I summed that up for you. Anyway, the point is they're not going to impeach him because the Senate won't convict him, and so on. So all this is a basic swirling shitstorm that's going nowhere.
Yeah, swirling shitstorm. Back to my original question of why would you read that thing? Why would you put yourself through that?
Because I want to understand it.
Don't you think it's just going to frustrate you? Because there's definitely some things that
I'm already frustrated.
So you just want to compound the interest there?
Wait, what? Am I going to put my head in the sand?
I'm just saying. Well, what more do you need to know? He's a scumbag. He's a piece of shit. Do you need to know every detail of his piece of shittery? Well, especially when you can't do anything about it. Isn't that just going to piss you off even more?
But I don't fully understand the issues and the scope and the implication. Like, I can read the articles about it. But, I mean, no, but it's a thought exercise.
All right. Fair enough. I just wouldn't read that report because I would find things about Trump that would piss me off, I'm sure. And then I would be like, oh, okay, well, I'm just a dude, though, and I can't do anything about it, and nothing's going to happen. So now I'm just more pissed off than when I didn't know the exact details of his butt fuckery.
I find it interesting that you give a shit whether or not Sarah reads it.
Well, I'm just like, how long is this thing? How long? How many pages?
A lot. 400 pages.
You're going to read 400 pages. That's a novel. That could be a good novel.
I read novels in days. It'll be fine.
All right. It's just not computing to me why that's like entertainment for you, you know?
Well, some people don't understand why a woman would want to abort a child, but no one's making that person abort their child. So you should allow it to happen. And
not sure I see the correlation there.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that seems
totally
like a boring read.
I totally don't see the correlation.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you know if I actually get through it. How about that?
Okay. And if you actually get through that, I will be very, very impressed at your.
Maybe at that point I'll have a.
What's the word I'm looking
tenacity?
For? Yeah. No, your
fortitude. Perseverance.
No, none of those. You're fucking
stupidity.
Masochism. That's what it is.
All right.
You're impressed by masochism.
All right. Well, so yeah, I actually have a hard copy of the report. They dropped them off at our office, and the thing about it is that it's really a lot of words, and I don't read that well. Oh, all of a sudden, just talking like this. What do I sound like right now? Maybe the Penguin or something? I'm not sure.
Yeah, the Penguin's Danny DeVito as the Penguin for sure.
You do too read well.
Well, I mean, I don't.
But he likes to read things that are like interesting in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
That is a lie. Have you seen the shit he reads?
That's true.
Well,
that's
he's
for
totally lying.
Obligations.
No, it is not.
No, I actually would like to read the report.
For fun.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, but that's those people did things. They're interesting.
Okay.
Right? This is
right.
what.
This is pretty interesting.
I'm getting hung up on this.
You are.
Yes.
Let's just move on.
We are riling you up a little bit.
Yeah, just relax. The good news is that, Nick, you don't have to read the report.
Now I'm tense. Now my neck is tense.
That's my point, is he's very upset about something that has nothing to do with him.
Okay, you know what would make you unwind?
Oh,
a good lunch at Ziff's.
You're so right. Time now for a word about Ziff's. Relaxed continental dining and something in Invercargill, New Zealand. Anyway, Ziff's, fake sponsor for a Shinn Show for more than 100th of a century, or nearly 100th of a century, certainly. And then after your light, refreshing meal at Ziff's, of course, you're going to want to get on down to the throne room. Get yourself a heavy tattoo after your light, refreshing meal at Ziff's. Also in Invercargill, New Zealand, we've determined it's a town of 100,000, and you can go there at any time you want. Ziff's is open 24/7, 365 days a year, with a complete menu of kiwi and other New Zealand-related items. What other things do you eat? Oh, koala. There's koala on the menu.
Koala nuggets.
Are there even koalas on New Zealand? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Is that an Australian thing?
Yeah, they import them from Australia. Also,
they import the nuggets.
That's a high trade of theirs.
All the nuggets have a little bit of chlamydia in them, so you gotta like really fry them. You gotta sear them.
No, they come with a side of steroids.
Okay.
That doesn't even make sense. I mean,
shut up.
Steroids does not cure chlamydia, but yeah.
Yeah, it's served to you by Aborigines.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
By Aborigines for Aborigines.
Ziffs. All right, so for those, by the way, a shout out to Ben. Ben, thanks again for binge listing. We sure appreciate you. And Chris, if you're still listening.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Sorry that we didn't cut your hair last night. We'll get around to it.
Yeah. Oh, Ben, why didn't we cut Ben's hair?
It got to be late, and we're lazy.
Tell you what, that's the way to lose a binge listener.
I'm not 100% sure he's a binge listener anymore.
Right. I think he's one fucking time. Yeah.
I don't think he's even a regular listener.
No,
I vote that we stop shouting out Ben.
We put out like the 5 episodes, and he listened to those, and then was like, all right, that's good.
And so now he's in. He's in.
Well, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out if he listens to this episode.
That's true.
You'll have to tell us if you're listening, Ben.
Right. Well, again, we owe him some merch. We really do. Owe him some merch.
Or at least a haircut.
Yeah, at least a haircut.
At least a haircut.
Yeah, at a minimum. All right, so we've hashed out the news. We've hashed out... you guys see any movies this week or what?
Nope, I didn't.
I saw John Wick last week, maybe?
No, wait, don't spoil it for me, but I hear a few people get killed in that movie.
And 2.5 hours of gratuitous violence, baby.
All right, so how did it compare to 1 and 2? Pretty much the exact same movie?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm in. I like that.
Right? Like, it really is just like, there's not anything special there. It's just 2.5 hours of gratuitous violence in a world that is surprisingly fleshed out for being so bare bones.
Yeah, that's my cup of tea, mate.
Yeah, it was good. I saw something else.
Formula.
It sure is.
I saw Brightburn. It was dumb.
What's Brightburn?
It's a knockoff Superman. Like if Superman was an evil baby instead of, the hero we all need or something.
Yeah, love. Well, if he was evil, he'd just, enslave the planet, right?
Yeah, that's the whole point of the movie.
Oh,
is that he goes on to enslave the planet.
They got done. They came back from the movie and they're like, it was garbage. It was just Superman killing people with his laser eyes and he enslaved the planet. They kept saying all this shit. I'm like, you're describing an awesome fucking movie.
Okay,
you're not deterring me from going to see this.
It was, you know what? It was worth the $5 I paid to go see it.
All right.
Okay. I would not pay more to go see it.
You only paid $5 to see it?
Yeah.
Tuesdays, $5 movies.
Yeah, that's how I see so many movies. Is I go on Tuesdays when they're only $5.
That's smart.
And free popcorn.
Yeah, and you quit. You just take a day off, don't you, and go to movies all day?
That's right.
Is that true?
No,
it's not true.
She doesn't work for the government for 30 years. She doesn't have months of leave like some people.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
I can't sit in the chair at the nail salon to get both my toes and my hands done at the same time. Like I have to break that up into 2 trips. I can't sit in the movies all day anymore.
Oh wow. Well, your mind is so active. That's why. It's your busy lifestyle. Your busy, active lifestyle.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure.
So I didn't see anything this week that I recall. In fact, I don't even know if we watched a single episode of our friends from New Jersey, The Sopranos. Sad.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. So you're into season 2 now?
Yes.
Okay, very good. You're
into season 2 and just now realizing that pussy is indeed a piece of shit. Look at that.
Right. Well, after all, with a name like Pussy Bumpin' Sarah, what do you expect?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. You don't expect a lot of loyalty. All right, so you've been watching that, Nick. What you been watching? What you been reading?
Jack shit.
Okay.
No, you've been watching One Punch and Attack on Titan.
Well, yeah. I always watch those, but
you've watched those multiple times. It's like there's new episodes coming out, right?
Yeah, there are new episodes every Tuesday for One Punch Man and every Sunday for.
Oh, there are, and you're watching the new episodes?
Huh?
And you're watching the new episodes?
Yeah, every Tuesday and every Sunday.
Well, how is it?
Well, it's fucking awesome. It's fucking crazy, dude. It is crazy. This is the 3rd season of Attack on Titan and the 2nd season of One Punch Man. And a lot of people have been talking shit on the 2nd season of One Punch Man, like the animation isn't as good. Those people are haters, first off. Second off, they're wrong. Third off, fuck them. Fourth off, great fucking show. It is nuts. But I can't explain any of it to you guys because it would be like a 35-minute thing. So,
I understand. I do.
I do have one critique, though. Hasn't he spent like half the season in this like arena?
Well, it's like the thing
that
about
seems pretty typical for anime, quite frankly.
No.
I know, but it's like it's so weird compared to the last season where it was like it seems so fast paced, and now it's like one day is taking a whole season.
Well, have you seen any of the second season?
Yeah, I saw the whole second season so far. I think up season 8 or episode 8. Sorry.
Okay, well, let me break this down for you. Okay, the first season he was running around so much because he's One Punch Man. Now I remember when someone told me about One Punch Man, I'm like, what the fuck? That doesn't sound like a good show. He just wins in one punch. How is that good? And then my buddy was like, he just does, and it's good. The reason it's good is because there's all these other fucking heroes. One Punch Man is this dumbass, this bald dude with a stupid look on his face all the time, just walking around being dumb. Yeah. And then there's all these serious heroes, real badasses, and they look all cool and got these crazy fucking powers and shit. And some monster will show up, and then these heroes will do all these flashy moves and shit, and it's this crazy, intense fucking battle. Super hardcore. But the heroes just can't quite cut it against these evil, ultra-powerful monsters. And then dumbass just shows up and boom! Blasts him with one hit. And everyone's like, what the fuck? So the first season was just establishing that the main character has ultimate power, no matter what.
And all he did was basic strength training.
Well, that's the other mystery, right? Is people are like, how the fuck did you get so strong? And he finally breaks it down. He's like, you want me to tell you? 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, run 10 miles a day, every day, never take a day off. And then people are like, that's bullshit. You can't get that fucking strong. So that's the other mystery, is what the fuck happened to this guy. But the second season is now establishing the heroes, the S-class heroes. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
There's a point where he's meeting all the other heroes, and you're like, what the fuck? One of them is a guy in a dog suit. He's an S-class one of the strongest on planet Earth. Yeah, and he's a guy in a dog suit. I'm like, what the fuck does that guy do? How does he become an S-class hero? There's another guy, his name is Pig God. He's just a fat fuck.
Yeah, Pig God.
And you're like, what the fuck does that guy do? How is he an S-class hero? You know what I mean? So that's the mystery. You want to keep watching and figure out what these heroes do.
Yeah, so what is an S-class hero? Is the S stand for super?
S is above A. There's C, the lowest class,
right.
B, A, and then S-class, the elite class of heroes.
Right. I understand that there's a bunch of classes of heroes, but they don't really tell you what the letters mean.
Well, for some reason, in Japanese culture, S is better than A. Like in games, when you play games made in Japan,
I assume it means like superior or super or something.
I don't know. When you play games made in Japan, they rate the mission. You can get an A on the mission or a B on the mission. If you did perfect on the mission, you get an S.
Which stands
or a triple S if you do even better in some games.
Yes.
I'll be darned.
Or double S.
All right, so the bottom line is you approve of this season of One Punch Man.
Yeah, I approve hardcore. And I get what you're saying, Noah, about him being, because then he signs up for this tournament, right? Because he's broke. He's
wearing a wig.
And he's fucking broke. So he signs up for this tournament, which is a $3 million grand prize, wearing a dumbass wig. Like, it's clearly just a man in a wig. But, you know. So he beats everyone's ass in one punch and wins the tournament, but then the wig is knocked off, and it's really not who he says he is, so he can't win the fucking prize money and shit. And then
it's because of the fucking so there's something where some dude came in a costume and won the last round. So now technically his hair is a costume, so he loses.
Well, what it is that
he's automatically disqualified.
You can't stand in. You can't say you're someone when you're not. So he said he was Chiranko, who was the guy who signed up for the tournament. He's like, I'm Chiranko, even though I'm just a guy in a wig. Because last year, it was another dude who said, I'm Wolfman, even though it was a guy in a Wolfman costume. And he won the tournament, and then they found Wolfman tied up in the fucking bathroom. So they're like, okay, well, you can't wear fucking costumes because you have to be who you say you are. And he wasn't who he said he was, so he couldn't win the prize money, even though he tarnished everybody in the tournament naturally. That's the thing. Is by the second season, you know, like, whatever the fuck happens, he's going to tarnish him in one hit. So, like, You're looking at the other stuff. You're looking at the side characters who are developing. It's a really smart and unique way of storytelling. Nobody has ever done it like that before, I don't think. And don't even get me started on Attack on Titan, dog.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, do you like that too?
I like it.
Okay.
I knew that you had more to say than just I didn't watch anything.
Well,
yeah, you kind of opened.
I say I didn't watch anything because if you ask me about the shows I watch on a weekly basis, it's kind of Pandora's.
That's what happens.
Yeah, it's kind of Pandora's box.
Yeah, you opened.
That's what we're here for.
You opened the floodgates. You did.
Yeah.
Noah, how about you?
Well, I saw Detective Pikachu.
Oh my God. And?
Okay, so my girlfriend did not like it.
Okay.
Which is weird because she fucking loves Pokemon. But I personally liked it.
Oh, really?
So I'll say, if you've seen a Pokemon movie before, it's a Pokemon movie. It's just live action, and if you like that, then it's good.
Cool.
All right. Well, I've never seen a Pokemon movie, but if I did and if I liked it, I would then run out and see Pikachu Detective, or is it Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Okay, got it. Man, you got to get the branding right, or you know what'll happen. The copyright lawyers will come after you hardcore.
Yeah, they're listening.
Sure. I was looking for it on their So I went to a Regals and they have those little digital things where you can type it, and I couldn't find it because I thought it was a D, but no, it's Pokemon with a P.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
And it held me up for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's Pokemon, not Detective Pikachu. It's Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Yeah.
Got to make sure to put that brand name up in that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. You know that's
right.
Yeah. You know
First
that's
things
right.
first.
Oh, yeah. All right, so sports. I don't know. Any sports happen? I guess.
Brits.
I guess.
I don't know about happen, but happening is homeboy Anthony is fighting Gustaffson in about 2 hours.
Yeah, well, homeboy Anthony.
Super pissed. I'm not going to see.
Homeboy Anthony should starch Gustaffson.
God damn it!
What? You think he's going to starch Gustaffson?
Yeah, I do.
What basis do you have for that?
I've seen Gustaffson get his ass kicked. He's been beaten.
By who? You saw him get his ass kicked by John Jones once. I know that.
Yeah.
Who else?
That's enough. I mean.
Okay, so let me break this down for you, dude. In that fight with John Jones, which ended in the third round, he was injured in the first round. Okay.
He was.
Alexander Gustafsson. The first time I saw him fight was against Glover Teixeira. Okay, who is a badass boxer. And Alexander Gustafsson uppercutted that dude into the fucking Shadow Realm for 3 rounds until they stopped. Right? I'm not saying Anthony Smith is going to win or lose, but he's definitely not going to starch Alexander Gustafsson. He's not going to knock him out in one hit. That's not happening.
I'm telling you, that's my prediction.
Would you care to make a bet?
I think
no money, just a bet.
I think a wager would be appropriate.
Yeah. So you think so? Your bet is that Anthony Smith is going to starch Alexander Gustafsson in what round?
I'm going to say in the third round, going to knock him out cold.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to. Well, the thing is, I've been saying this all week because I don't know. I'm not saying that Anthony Smith isn't going to win, but he's definitely not going to knock Gustaffson out. I don't think I've ever seen Gustaffson get knocked out before. Well, he's never been starched, to my knowledge.
He's due. I'd call him overdue.
Well, the thing about it is, if you've never been knocked out, it's hard to get knocked out. Once you get knocked out, it becomes easier to become knocked out over time. But I don't think he's fucking got a strong chin. And he's a nasty boxer, and his reach is significantly bigger than.
It's really
Anthony
hard for
Smith.
me to be objective about this because I want homeboy to win.
I want Anthony Smith to win, but Gustafsson is one of my favorite fighters of all time. But without seeing, I mean, Anthony Smith did go 5 rounds with John Jones, which Alexander Gustafsson admittedly could not do, although he was injured. But every time I think Anthony Smith isn't going to win a fight, except against John Jones, obviously, he wins that fight. So he obviously has a much better chance of beating Gustafsson than he ever did having a chance beating Jones. But I don't think he's going to. I'm just going to say Alexander Gustafsson wins by knockout in the. No, he's not going to win by knockout. Alexander wins by decision.
After 5 rounds?
After 5 rounds. That's mine.
I guess you have to go 5 rounds if you're going to decision.
Yeah.
What's the point split?
It's going to be 28.
No, they're 5 rounds. right?
Oh, yeah. So it would have to be, I don't know, first round. All right. So first round we go, I'm going to say
10-9.
10-9.
I'm going to go with Gustaffson.
I'm going to go, first round, 10-9 Gustaffson. Second round could go to Anthony Smith. And then, I don't know, man. I just don't know because they're really evenly matched. But I know for a fact that, well, I guess anything could happen. But I really, truly don't believe that Anthony Smith is going to starch Gustaffson.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you disagree with my prediction, but
did you hear my wager? My counter wager?
No, I didn't.
Decision. Gustaffson.
Okay, very good. Now, what kind of dough are we going to put on it?
$1 million.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay,
very good. We're going to find out who owes whom $1 million. It's a cliffhanger. It's what it is.
Yeah, tune in next week.
That's classic cliffhanger. Well, speaking of which, I think we should probably cut this short, and you know why?
Why?
Because everybody's got shit to do.
Yeah,
I do got shit to do.
Yeah, but it's been great. Noah, any parting shots?
No.
That's the kind of input that we've come to expect from you, son.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yes, cogent, yet brief. All right, well, kids, good to talk to you. A Shinn Show is a production of Shinfluence and features the voices and opinions of the Shinn family, which are exclusively their own. It's brought to you on a fake basis each week by Ziff's, fine dining in Invercargill, New Zealand, and by The Throne Room Heavy Tattoos, also in Invercargill, New Zealand. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, and wherever you get podcasts. Be sure not to leave a review, and for heaven's sakes, if you're listening to this right now, stop right away. All right, kids, good to talk to you.
Good talk.
Yeah. See you out there.
In the real world.
Later, Gators.
All right, see ya. See ya, Florida Gator. He's from Florida. That's where he's at.
Not from Florida, but that is where he is
currently residing.
Yeah. Do you want his credit card information?
Kind of.
Yes. I'll keep it safe.
All right.
Safe.
Right. 4614-212-7345. I have no idea.
You're missing a digit.
I'm missing so much.
You're already fucked up.
Done fucked up, son. Yeah. All right. So what are you guys doing this week?
I'm about to cut some grass and go to Beer Fest.
Oh, far.
Yeah, I got fights to watch and then kayaking to do.
Wow. All of y'all are busy. We got to do grown-up things like take care of the cars, shit like that.
Well, cutting the grass and going to Beer Fest is grown up.
That's true. Very adult, actually.
Yeah.
It's a good point. And I feel like I've insulted you.
I got to get dressed first things.
Yeah, I do too.
So.
All right. Well, yeah, that's true. For those of you who were not able to see it, Nick and Sarah both nude during this podcast.
Ooh.
1,000%. Which means no flesh either.
Just skeletons and a tongue.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to want to put some of that skin on.
You're going to want to reapply some of that flesh before you step outside, before your skeleton gets too sun bleached.
Staple some hair to your dome.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. See ya.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.